Imagine you get 165,000 views and it went down to 50. That would be crazy. But anyway, we're going to react to this video. Let's get it, man. Now I'm eating. Just came out from work. As you can see, the pencil's right there. Just came out, man. Let's get it. Damn, that's 50 minutes? Oh, hell no. Why don't we ask them for some of it and that's it. Let's go, man.
2018, at just 19 years old, Myth would become the second most In 2018, at just 19 years old, Myth would become the second most followed streamer on Twitch. In 10 months, he went from a small streamer averaging 50 viewers to becoming one of the biggest creators in the world, with a new average of 37,000 live viewers. Myth was an early adopter of Fortnite Battle Royale and had become regarded as the best player in the world alongside Ninja.
Do we have any Myth fans in the house?
He would rapidly gain millions of followers across his various social media platforms and was averaging over 1 million views per video on his YouTube channel. But 5 years later, in 2023, things have changed. A lot. Myth has been consistently losing subscribers for 2 years, rapidly losing followers on Twitch, Instagram and Twitter, and can often be seen streaming.
Oh no, what did he do? He said something or something? Why is his views going down?
To under 100 people, a number perhaps hard to fathom considering where he once was. So what happened? How did Myth go from the second biggest streamer in the world to this? Well, let me explain by taking you back to the start, where it all began. Myth's online presence can be...
Me, if I have the streamer like this, I would switch it to YouTube. Like bring it to YouTube, like my fans, all that. I don't know, man. And do something else, like a vlog or something, you know?
Trace back to November 2013, when he would create his current YouTube channel at the age of 14. As with most gaming creators at the time, he would begin by posting low-quality Minecraft and Call of Duty videos. However, his content would see huge improvements over the next few years, and by 2016, Myth began streaming on Twitch and uploading the highlights to his YouTube channel. Around this period, streaming was far less normalized, and was a laughable career option in the eyes of the mainstream. But despite this, Myth had set his sights on becoming a successful streamer and was putting in a serious amount of time and effort at an incredible consistency, streaming almost every single day, often for over 5 hours straight, all while still attending high school and working at a coffee shop. But Myth's hard work would pay off quickly, and by November 2016, he was streaming to an average audience of 50 live viewers. During this period, Myth's streams were focused almost entirely around one game, Paragon. Despite there being a vast plethora of games with far higher viewership potential on YouTube and Twitch, Myth would continue to dedicate himself to Paragon, and for the next 10 months would essentially play nothing but this game on his streams. However, his loyalty to Paragon would prove to reap little rewards in terms of growth, as by mid-2017, Myth was still averaging around the same viewers as the year before. Things were starting to look less optimistic for the young streamer. That was until September 2017, when Myth would make a decision that would change his life forever, when he would finally take a chance on a game other than Paragon and turned his attention to a new release slowly gaining traction in the gaming community: Fortnite Battle Royale. Fortnite was somewhat similar to that of PUBG and H1Z1, two Battle Royale games.
I've never played Fortnite. I'll try it one time. I didn't like it. Fortnite is not for me. But my little brother played though. He good at it. But man, look, at first it was look dumb to me. But then when my little brother keep playing it, it was fun, but I still don't like it, you know what I mean?
That were extremely popular and topping the charts on Twitch at the time. However, Fortnite gave a fresh take on the genre, moving away from what could be considered a mature art style and gameplay to a more wholesome aesthetic with bright colors, high saturation, cartoon-styled character models, and dancing. Initially after Fortnite's release, many gamers and streamers were quick to write the game off, seeing it as a goofy PUBG knockoff made for kids. And with the game being free to play,
the thing I'm eating chicken and eggs. Like it's chicken made chicken. You know what I mean? It's like chicken made of chicken, like chicken with eggs, fried eggs.
It cast doubt on the quality of the product. After all, in 2017, it was extremely rare for a free game to have any long-term substance or success. But whilst the vast majority of streamers and players were sleeping on Fortnite, Myth was there on day one of release and streaming the game to his audience. And after his first Fortnite stream on 12th of September 2017, he would continue to play and stream Fortnite for many, many hours every single day. And let's just say being an early adopter and believer in the game would prove to be a stroke of genius. Myth was putting in far more hours than 99.9% of players, consistently streaming over 8 hours every day, and would quickly become one of the highest skilled players on Fortnite. Whilst it would take most players weeks, if not months, to get just one single win on the game, after only 5 days of playing, Myth had won an absurd 22 games. A feat so impressive that even the official Fortnite Twitter page took notice and would shout out his Twitch stream. For context, getting a win on Fortnite was no easy task, with 100 players competing in each game to become the last man standing, in a world where one single shotgun bullet or sniper shot.
So Fortnite headquarters be watching people playing, cause I didn't know when you cheating. You know what I mean? Probably the software, I don't know, the AI. But I remember one time, I think my little brother plugged something and didn't know about it. I think it's not, if it's not Fortnite, it's something else. But I think for sure it's Fortnite. Cause you always playing.
Defeat you. There was a lot of room for failure. A win on the game was in fact so special at the time that players would post pictures to their social media accounts, flexing the now iconic Victory Royale screen. Getting just one win was an achievement, but Myth was making it look like a walk in the park. And only one day after his shoutout from Fortnite, Myth had increased his win count by 8, reaching 30 Victory Royales. The same day, Myth would begin uploading highlights of his gameplay to YouTube, including a video of him dropping 20 kills in one single game. This level of skill was incomprehensible. Most players would be lucky to get 1 kill. Meanwhile, Myth was taking out an entire fifth of the lobby himself. It was beginning to look like Myth could actually...
So he was good at it. What happened? Why did you get the 50 views? I want to watch the full story, but I got wet later on, man. Damn.
...be the best Fortnite player in the
what?
world. However,
should I watch the whole video? I mean, 50 minutes.
Time, Fortnite was still yet to gain considerable traction and popularity, which was reflected in Myth's streaming stats, as despite his elite level of gameplay, his stream would see a fairly little amount of growth after his transition away from Paragon, and he was still averaging around 50 to 75 concurrent viewers per stream. That was until November, when with a stroke of luck and random chance, Myth would end up in the same Fortnite game as one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, Summit1G.
Yeah.
With no idea he was coming up against one of the biggest streamers in the world, who was streaming live to over 15,000 people, Myth would aggressively approach, outbuild, and outplay Summit. This was not normal, and people were taking notice. Soon after the game, Myth would upload a clip of him outplaying Summit to YouTube, and it would quickly become his most viewed video yet. Viewers were in awe at Myth's ability, especially that of his building skill. And with him topping the leaderboards as the player with the most solo PC wins, Myth was certainly making a name for himself amongst the small Fortnite community. And following the video where he would destroy Summit, Myth would upload a series of building tutorials, which would perform far greater than the rest of his YouTube content. There was no doubt in the community that Myth was the best builder in the game, and considering that Fortnite's unique selling point was building, it was a huge title to hold. All of this led to a considerable rise in viewership on Myth's Twitch channel, and for the month of November 2017, he would average 179 concurrent viewers per stream, double that of the last month. The following month of December was when Fortnite really started to pick up pace in terms of popularity, and thanks to Myth's prolonged commitment to the game, his stream would begin to blow up. December 1st, 142...
So let's see. So they shut him up. That's why he get the 165 views into on. That's the only reason they shut you out, and then it went down to 50 views. But that's not right.
Live average viewers. December 2nd, 332 viewers. Myth had doubled his average viewers in just one day, but things would get even better when once again, Myth would find himself in a Fortnite lobby with Summit. And when the two players would eventually encounter one another, they would have a 1v1 battle that would go down in Fortnite history. Summit would notice a base at the top of a hill. Little did he know Myth was the one waiting inside. Summit then decides to aggressively build upwards towards the base, ready to engage. But instead of Myth sitting idly like the majority of players would, he starts building at incredible speed.
What the f? He keeps building higher. Stop building so high! Stop it! Is this guy a... What? What's happening? What just happened?
Should I set him it's probably setting him a trap. Yeah.
He built he kept building up and building up and building up, and I couldn't catch him. 1,400. How did that man shotgun me down beneath like that? Did you see that?
Good fight, Summit. I like that.
I've never seen that strategy used. I've never seen that
that
strategy.
that was a trap.
You could tell he's a good player. I've never seen that strategy used where when someone's trying to get into your base, you just keep building up, keep building up, keep building up. That was impressive. Not gonna lie.
For the second time, Myth had completely outplayed one of the biggest streamers in the world. This kind of building gameplay was not normal, and of all the thousands of viewers in Summit's stream who witnessed the fight, the same question was likely going through their minds. Who is this Myth guy, and how is he so good at the game? And it was no coincidence that soon after this moment, Myth's stream would begin to grow even faster. December 16th, 570 viewers. December 24th, 1,000 viewers. December 26th, 2,000 viewers. December 28th, 3,000 live average viewers.
It's only 1 December, that's crazy.
Myth had multiplied his viewers over 20x in the space of 1 month, and whilst many streamers would slow down on streaming
20 times. That's what's up. I remember one time when my sister blew up on YouTube. She had 500 subscribers. Yo, by the time I opened it back, that shit's like 700. I was like, what the fuck happening? That was dope. And she goes up. And probably like over a month or 2 months or something. And she went to 10K until she reached 200,000. Shit was impressive. I like that. So, to be honest with you, all girls who do YouTube, make YouTube, I respect that, cause as long as y'all don't do OF. Once y'all make YouTube video, young females, I respect you, man, cause that shit hard to do. And if you're successful on it, I'm proud of you.
Holidays, he was grinding an average of 10 hours every day, and it was working. As Myth's Twitch was skyrocketing to huge heights, more fuel would be added to the fire. When a random viewer would post a clip from Myth's stream, that would take the internet by storm. The video was titled "Insane Build Fight, I'm the Myth," and would quickly go viral, gaining over 1 million views. In the clip, Myth could be seen in an intense build battle against another player, a fight that he would go on to win. And whilst in hindsight, would finally see positive growth to his Twitch, ending the year of 2019 with an average of 8,000 viewers. Despite the growth, it still seemed unlikely that Myth could ever get back to the level of viewership and status that he once held during his peak. But that was until April 2020, where Myth would take a huge risk, and for the entire month would barely play Fortnite, streaming the game just 5 times for the entire month, instead focusing himself on a new game, Valorant. And Myth pushing Fortnite aside for Valorant would prove to pay off nicely, and his viewers would rapidly rise 5x from the previous month, seeing him average 32,000 live concurrent viewers in April, alongside gaining 600,000 new followers. It would seem Myth didn't need to stick to just Fortnite after all. It had been almost 2 years since he held this kind of viewership, And with Fortnite declining in popularity, maybe Valorant was the new gold mine. But unfortunately, the following month would see Myth's average viewers fall back down.
Oh, so people who was watching him, they only for Fortnite, and now when you switch to another game, your views going down. I didn't know that shit. That's crazy.
To 9,000, similar to his previous average from months past. However, there were huge positives to be taken from this. Myth had barely played Fortnite since the release of Valorant's beta, and
That's
interestingly,
crazy.
even after the initial burst of hype of Valorant's release, he was still averaging the same, if not more viewers than he was getting a couple months prior
what's going
when he was
on?
mainly streaming
What
Fortnite.
the fuck
Around
is
this
going on?
time, Myth would release a video titled "The Current State of Fortnite," hinting at how disappointed he had become with the game as of recent. And for the next 3 months, Myth will continue predominantly playing
Nah,
Valorant.
that shit weird now. I thought it's because he quit Fortnite and play another game. Well, that's just crazy.
And rarely streaming Fortnite. Maybe Myth didn't need Fortnite anymore, and his statistics were backing that statement. On the 22nd of July, he would stream Fortnite, 9,000 max viewers. The next day he would stream Valorant, 23,000 max viewers. Myth no longer enjoyed the game, and he didn't need to force himself to play it to maintain the success of his career. And for the next half a year, his viewers were holding strong without it. Myth would play a variety of games, and instead of falling off, he actually would start growing. Jumping on the trend of Fall Guys, Among Us, and eventually Rust would prove to be a great choice for Myth, and he would consistently see upwards growth until January 2021, when he would average 21,000 live viewers for the month. With a handful of particularly successful Rust streams, 8th of January, 71,000 max viewers, 9th of January, 74,000.
Oh no, that's good.
Myth had now reached absurdly high levels of viewership on 3 different games, in 3 different years. This is not normal. Myth was living the dream. He could play seemingly whatever game he pleased, while still being one of the biggest streamers in the world, and was now blowing up again. Maybe Exility was wrong after all. Maybe Myth did make the right choice to pursue variety content. In fact, it seems Myth's choice to play other games on stream than Fortnite was actually beneficial to him, not detrimental. Myth had proven the doubters wrong, but things can change fast in this industry, and the following month would see Myth's average viewers rapidly fall from 21,000 to 6,000.
Wow.
And whilst in the past, Myth would bounce back from moments like this, unfortunately, this time would prove to be the beginning of a consistent decline in viewership that would continue from here onwards. Around this time, Myth would start to see his subscriber count on YouTube begin to rapidly fall, losing over 10,000 subscribers in most months. The same
Oh
would
no,
happen
what
with
did he
his
do?
Twitter, also bleeding thousands of followers. And on Instagram, he had lost around 50,000 followers every single month of 2021 so far. His YouTube content had become more and more varied, and he was now struggling to reach 20,000 views on
That's
videos.
crazy.
Even the fan favorite vlogs, which used to frequently attract millions of viewers, seemed to have lost their audience. But did Myth actually care? Maybe not. He clearly enjoyed being a variety creator, and of course, with masses of wealth, he didn't need to be concerned by the numbers. And ultimately, Myth was a Twitch streamer. That's what really mattered, and he was still gaining new followers in almost every stream. However, 8 months later, in
By the way, I saw GTA. It says coming soon. The trailer. Yo. Once that shit out, I'm going to play that shit. From my YouTube channel. It would be dope. Cause everybody gonna be on it. I swear to God.
October 2021, Myth's average viewers per stream had now fallen to 3,000, the lowest since the early days of Fortnite, almost 4 years ago. Despite a consistent decrease in average viewers, Myth would still have the occasional huge stream. One day he could be streaming to 2,600 max viewers, the next day 105,000.
Oh.
It's safe to say his viewership was very sporadic at this time. Things weren't exactly looking promising, with Myth having a wildly inconsistent audience, heavily varied content, and a stream that would continue to stagnate for the following months. It would seem that Myth was slowly falling to obscurity, and wouldn't be making any headlines anytime soon. But that was until July 2022, when Myth would make a decision that would drastically change the future of his career as a streamer, signing a deal with YouTube that would see him streaming exclusively on their platform with YouTube Gaming, thus abandoning his Twitch channel. Myth had made arguably the most important decision a big streamer will ever make in regards to their career: stay on Twitch or sign to a competitor on a lucrative exclusivity deal, and Myth had chosen YouTube Gaming over Twitch. His announcement would generate massive buzz on Twitter, with over 120,000 likes on his announcement tweet. News of the announcement would make its way to Reddit, and viewers were quick to give their opinions. Good move for him, chance at a fresh start as his viewership has stagnated. Even if it doesn't work out, still gets a large amount of money. Bag secured. I remember him saying in offline chats that streaming isn't for him anymore. It's interesting to see YouTube signing Myth. His stream is not what it used to be numbers wise. He went from 7 to 8k average viewers to 3k in the last months. Seemed like his Twitch career was dying, so good move. Myth is a much bigger brand name than his actual views. He averages around 3k the last 3 months.
To be honest with you, Twitch don't give a fuck about nobody, man. I'm telling you. That you know.
On Twitch, so Twitch has no reason to pay him big for exclusivity when there are thousands of streamers who bring more people to the platform. And for YouTube, he's a brand name people like/know, even if they don't watch him. Win-win for everyone. Despite Myth's consistent decline in viewership and followers on his various social medias, he had managed to secure the bag yet again. Whilst I can't find exactly how.
You better invest that money. Shit, if I secure the bag, I will invest half of it. I'm not playing, man. I will invest half of it on my retirement. That's it. I know that it is like 6,500 every year. I will have a saving just for that, just to take out from my account every month, every year, 6,500. But I will do a next one as once for IRA, and the other one is the regular stock market. I would do, and I would do a 401k. Don't put your money in the same basket. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta put it in different basket. Shout out to Rich Dad, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. The book is really helpful, man. Trust me, get this book. You will see
how much this deal was worth. It's common knowledge in the industry how lucrative these exclusive streamer deals are, and it was very likely that Myth was walking away with his pockets multiple millions of dollars, if not tens of millions of dollars heavier after signing with YouTube. But whilst the money was going to be huge, there's always a catch. And it was no secret that moving from Twitch to YouTube Gaming was a challenge. Despite its many flaws, Twitch was undeniably the home of live streaming, and around this time boasted a 75.6% of all live stream viewership online. Twitch's live viewers dwarfed that of YouTube Gaming's. So naturally, when big Twitch streamers would move from Twitch to YouTube, they would often see a considerable dip in viewers. And well, as you would expect, that happened. After an initial spark of interest, Myth would quickly fall from the spotlight, and less than a month after signing to YouTube, he would upload a video titled, "This is why I fell off," detailing the downfall of his career from his own perspective.
And I wanted to talk about what happened to my career. This is like a question that I get a lot. It's like, yo, what happened, Myth? Why do you have this many viewers at this point versus this point? What is going on? This is the Fortnite era. This is our peak. We come down. Genuinely, I think the main contributors to this were me not being able to keep up, hold that position as being the Fortnite guy and being like successful and competitive. As you guys know, like, I got a pretty laughable competitive history in Fortnite. I didn't do well. And there are a lot of things that have to do with that. You know, one of them being, I was young, man. I was 18 when all this was going on. I was super young, 18 or 19. And I was arrogant, you know, I got cocky, I had all this success, and I was like, I'm the man, you know.
This is what happens when you get cocky, man. I'm telling you, just always be humble, you know. That's why even though I won, I was acting like I'm losing, you know what I mean? I've been losing all my life. If I get one win, I still feel like I'm losing, even though I get multiple wins too. I still feel like I'm losing. And then I don't want to get cocky because I know the way you can get it like this is the same way you can get it like that. It's the same way you can lose it like that too. So life, you just gotta learn your lesson, man. Just let you know. Don't get cocky. Be humble. And yeah.
You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing it my way. But when that happens, if you're in a position where like you're just an arrogant ass teenager and you're getting all this success, it's gonna be easy for that success to slip out of your hands, I feel like, if you're not genuinely looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, hey, how could I improve? Who should I be listening to? How could I get help to keep this going? And that's kind of who I was. That's like a personality flaw in me though. I never wanted help. I never wanted to have to rely on somebody else for the answers. I genuinely think if I was a little bit less arrogant, was more accepting to help, I probably would have not had this decline that we see here throughout, you know, August, September, into early 2019. But with that being the case, we had a decline in viewership. It happened. I had a really rough time dealing with, you know, the public words and public perspective, and being someone in this industry, you know, at the caliber that I was, there's a lot of people that have their opinions, and as much as you try to not let it get to you, it got to me, man. There are a lot of moments where I would be sitting staring at the go live button and I would just cry. I would really break down because I knew that right as soon as I go live, I was gonna get shit on. I was gonna be told to myself. I was gonna be told that I'm worthless and that I should quit. I'm still greatly appreciative to the success that I had and the success that I still have. Without my past, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And I genuinely think going through the highs and the lows genuinely made me a better person at the end of the day. Having everything and then getting it taken away from you, or not taken away from you, but like you losing it at your own hand, is such a humbling experience. And I am kind of happy that it happened. That was our past, but now we're here and I'm done looking at the past. Moving over to YouTube is something that happened recently. That entire transition for me honestly feels like I'm hitting a reset button. I've had all this success and everything, but now I get to really work from the ground up and rebuild the community that I feel like I never got the opportunity to build. A lot of the people that watch me for Fortnite, and maybe you're someone that was there in the past, watch me because I was the Fortnite guy. I was crazy, I was cracked at the game or whatever. But a lot of people then didn't necessarily watch me for who I was, or were there long enough to learn about who I was.
Viewers were quick to show their support and appreciation for Myth in the comments of this video. This is a really mature video. I can't imagine how painful it would be to do an introspective like this. Hope you have a great success in the future. Maybe things weren't so bad after all, and well, Myth had achieved most creators' dreams. With his spell as one of the biggest streamers in the world and his lucrative YouTube deal, Myth could stream without the pressure of money playing on his mind constantly. He could do whatever he wanted with his content, which leads us to December 2022, when Myth would have his debut as an influencer boxer, taking part in Ludwig's highly anticipated Mogul Chess Boxing Championship. The event was held in front of a live audience of 10,000 fans, with more than 500,000 people watching at home. The stakes were high, and with past memories of Las Vegas 2018, with viewers claiming Myth couldn't take the pressure, he had a lot to prove.
Don't be cocky again.
He was brilliant. Myth would defeat his opponent, and viewers were heaping praise towards him. Great fight, Myth was a beast. Myth was an absolute tank. I was proud of Myth and I hope he continues his boxing career. Perhaps boxing was the new way forward for Myth. After all, there's huge money and viewership in the business, and judging from his debut, Myth looked like he could be one of the best.
The way he put his head, I don't like it.
Well, he was brilliant. Myth would defeat his opponent, and viewers were heaping praise towards him. Great fight, Myth was a beast. Myth was an absolute tank. I was proud of Myth and I hope he continues his boxing career. Perhaps boxing was the new way forward for Myth. After all, there's huge money and viewership in the business, and judging from his debut, Myth looked like he could be one of the best influencer boxers around if he put the work in. Eventually he would return home and react to his boxing match in a video that would vastly outperform his other content, but then the dust would settle and it was back to gaming. Or was it? On March 9th, 2023, Myth would upload a much different video than usual, titled, I Figured It Out, where
he was hustling. He doing boxing, he's streaming. Nothing wrong with that. Why his views keep going down? be the humble part.
Would express his desire to take his content in a new direction moving forward.
For a long time, I didn't know what type of content I wanted to make after Fortnite and after Valorant. I want to move to do something that makes me a little bit more happy. I've come to the conclusion that I want to help the future creators of the world have the knowledge that I have. Throughout the next few months or so, you guys will start seeing some content uploaded to the channel that just me sitting down, dissecting and going over certain topics that will help you in your journey as a creator.
The video following this lived up to Myth's statements of intent for change, and instead of his usual gaming content, it was much more serious and mature, where Myth would sit down and talk to the camera for 10 minutes, giving tips on what he feels upcoming creators need to succeed in the current landscape of content creation. It would seem Myth was about to head down an entirely new path of his content, but that wasn't the case. Following his advice video, Myth would revert back to his old ways, and continue to post more gaming highlights and vlogs. Viewership remained sporadic. One video would hit 100k views, the next would barely break 10k. But that wouldn't stop Myth, and he would continue to upload and stream frequently. However, despite his consistency, his views continued to fall further and further, and his YouTube channel wouldn't see a single month of growth since streaming full-time on the platform for over a year. In fact, he was often losing tens of thousands of subscribers. Which brings us to October 2023, where Myth's viewership would reach all-time lows. By this point, Myth's YouTube uploads were struggling to reach even 5,000 views. Numbers perhaps hard to fathom, considering Myth had 4.4 million subscribers and used to average over 1 million views per video. But surely his streams were doing better, right? Well, not exactly. By this point, Myth could often be seen streaming to an audience of under 100 people, with his chat essentially at a standstill and restricted to members only. Things had changed. A lot. Sure,
Yeah,
YouTube had a
69
small audience of live viewers than Twitch, so lower views were to be expected. But this was a far fall from the 3,000 viewers Myth was averaging before leaving Twitch. At this point, old viewers of Myth may have stumbled across his channel, seeing him live to under 100 viewers, and wondered, what happened? 5 years ago, Myth was the second biggest streamer in the world, the leader of the TSM Fortnite team, gaining hundreds of thousands of followers per month on Twitch, and at one point could be seen streaming to 165,000 live viewers. How could Myth go from such heights to streaming to such a small amount of people? It seemed Myth had checked out of the streaming game. He was playing what he wanted, and clearly wasn't optimizing his stream for growth. Surely it was only a matter of time before Myth's viewership would fall to zero. Well, that certainly wasn't the case, as on October 27th, Fortnite would make a huge announcement, revealing that the game would be going back to its original roots, rolling back the clock to 2018, with the release of Fortnite OG, scheduled for the 3rd of November, and Myth was ready for the nostalgia hit, and on release day, would stream the game to his audience. And of course, with Myth being one of the most iconic players of the early days of Fortnite, Myth's viewership would skyrocket, and he could be seen streaming to at least 3,000 live viewers, with his chat opened back up to the general audience. Alongside this, Myth's first upload on Fortnite OG would quickly amass over 400,000 views, and his channel would finally see positive growth, with him gaining over 20,000 subscribers in just 2 weeks. But Myth didn't indulge himself in the numbers, and whilst he could have dedicated himself to Fortnite OG and continued inflating his audience, Myth would quickly push the game aside and play the new Call of Duty release on stream, and his viewership would quickly come falling down once again. And it would seem Myth's growth would be short-lived, and he was happy to go back to playing a variety of games that he enjoys.
I'm falling asleep. I didn't even shower yet. Oh god. How much minute left? 4 minutes. I can't handle it, right?
Even if it meant his viewership would likely suffer. But even if Myth's viewers were to fall to zero in the coming months, it's important to remember this. Objectively, Myth is one of the greatest streamers of all time. In all of streaming history, there's very few people who have ever streamed to the size of audiences that Myth has, or generated the amount of wealth that he has in this industry. From riding the unprecedented hype train of Fortnite, Myth was always going to be fighting an uphill battle, maintaining his success. After all, where else is there to go when you're this far at the top? And while Smith could have played it safe and continued to play Fortnite for the rest of his streaming career, holding a more consistent audience, he stayed true to himself and his aspirations of being a variety streamer despite the risks. Whilst I'm sure there may be times when Myth finds himself looking over to his second monitor, looking at the number of viewers watching, wondering how things changed so dramatically from those years ago, at the end of the day, I'm sure Myth laughs it off, sits back, and remembers just how much he's achieved. And then reminds himself that even if his viewers were to fall to zero, he'd still be one of the highest paid streamers in the world thanks to his YouTube contract. Myth came, he saw, he conquered, and he secured the bag.
I had a lot.
That's good. He was smart with it. On YouTube, I see I told you. Without even watching when I was just started watching the video, I said, this is what I was gonna do. Do this and do that and flip it to YouTube. I'm a businessman, man. Don't play with me. I will do a businessman. Watch. Give me opportunity. Get money. You'll see. I will do business with that YouTube shit. I'm not playing. Shit. And then I will go to school. I will still do my shit. Real estate, all that.
Lot of great times with this game, but man, I had a lot of dark times when it came to being in this industry and playing this game, bro, that I just don't even like thinking about. Really makes me fucking sad, bro. And like the main thing is like sometimes I get mad about it because I'm like, damn, bro, what should have been the greatest time of my life is unfortunately clouded with these dark memories. Like this real depression that I had over this game. And the only reality of it is, you know, I just had to be stronger as a young dude, you know, because the world isn't going to get softer for you. But obviously, that's an unfair thing to ask an 18-year-old, you know. But there's a lot of learning, and I've learned a lot of great life lessons through this game. And I'm grateful for every trial and tribulation that I've gone through. Wouldn't change anything if I had to go back. Just telling you guys that, like, made my fucking chest heavy. It's just memories, that's all. I'm in a great place right now. I'm glad I got to express that to you guys right now, because I don't think I've ever had an opportunity to express that the way that I've wanted to before. I don't wish for anything to be different. Unless we get at hiding your emotions because as fans, we never knew. I mean, listen, back then, I don't think anybody would have cared. That's the truth. That's what I told myself. Because at the end of the day, I was here. This is where I was. What mattered back then was winning. That was it. Was being the best. And right as soon as I wasn't the absolute best, or arguably the best, it switched up. So then imagine if I would have came out and started talking about my emotions while people are already dogging me. Nah, bro. That's just, you're asking to get kicked while you're down, I think. So like I said, I wouldn't change anything. Because you want to know what means a lot more to me? You know, it's so full circle, man. I don't even know how many people we got watching right now, but I think it means a lot more telling it to you guys that are here right now, whatever amount of people that is, than it would have been to tell 20, 30,000 people that. Because now I know you guys are really listening. So God bless y'all, man. Thank you for being here.
I think tonight the one guy everybody's been waiting to see play is TSM Myth over here. Can I hear it in the house? How many of you guys are here waiting for Myth to do some domination tonight?
Do we have any Myth fans in the house?
Yes, let's go, baby! Let's go!
Nice. Okay.
Yeah!
Okay. GG, bro. Oh, you had me there. I choked my shot.
He kept building up and building up and building up, and I couldn't catch him.
No!
Well, if you make a mistake, that's good. Cause I know you're not gonna make it no more. Me, when I used to make mistake, I said, I wish I could go back and fix it. Nah, now I grow up and then think about my mistake. I was like, nah, fuck it. I learned what you learn when you make your mistake, so I'm not gonna change a thing. I'm gonna keep moving forward, and then do my thing. And if you don't like what I'm doing, I don't know why you're still here. So I'm happy I'm doing it because I like it what I'm doing. So simple as that. Anyway, guys, I'm about to shower. I'm out because later on got work to go, so I can help the patients. You know, I work with the patients. So you feel me? Take care. Peace.